Toronto's war on crime.
I'm Detective Graff. This is Detective Bateman.
The worst offenders are pursued by the detectives of the Specialized Criminal Investigations Unit. These are their stories.
Law and Order Toronto, Criminal Intent is a new show premiering tomorrow night, and I am joined by one of the leads, actor Kathleen Munroe. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the show. Now, everybody knows the signature dun, 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 dun. Everybody knows that, so they know exactly what they're about to see, but give people a premise if they don't understand.
Yeah, so this is, it's the first original offshoot of the Law and Order franchise. So there was one that took place in London, but it used stories that already existed in the Law and Order world. And so this is the first original iteration of the show outside of the States. So it's going to feel very much like Law and Order, like be very familiar in terms of the format and that whole iconography. But it's also totally original Canadian stories. They're all Toronto stories. They're all based on actual Toronto crimes. And so we're really going to feel a local element there for sure.
Now tell me a little bit about your character, because I know it's a big one.
Yeah. I play a sergeant detective named Frankie Bateman, and she's partnered with another detective named Henry Graff, who is played by Aidan Young, who's wonderful. And Bateman is... She's kind of driven by empathy and curiosity for the people that she's interacting with, and also is pretty duty bound. Like she's very, she I think finds a lot of comfort in protocol and in the system.
So when it comes to good cop, bad cop, you're good cop?
Yeah, I mean we kind of switch off sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a really fun thing during shooting, kind of figuring out what moments one of us would kind of push forward as the good cop, which one would kind of lean in a little harder. Yeah.
And now, leading into that, what's the relationship like with your partner? Like, is it, is there chemistry? Is it static? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, like Aidan Young, first of all, is just such a big-hearted, really wonderful actor. I actually worked with him on something a few years back, and so we knew each other going into this. And yeah, I mean, he's a joy to work with. We have a ball, and the characters they kind of operate as like two halves of a whole. He's idiosyncratic and really concerned with the why, like getting to that criminal intent, the motive, and Bateman's a little more about gathering the hard facts and the hard evidence. So they work really well together, and yeah, I think it's a pretty dynamic team.
And it's fun.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of fun.
That's the main point, right?
Yeah,
and you're having a good time.
Karen Robinson from Schitt's Creek, who's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And Casey Collins, Ryan Mangesha. Yeah, we have just an amazing core group.
It's nice when you mesh really well with your co-stars. Like it's really important. Yeah. Possibilities or crossovers with any of the Law and Orders?
I mean, in my
my
fantasies, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We're really just excited to get this launched and see how it all goes. But listen, if somebody wanted Bateman to meet Olivia Benson, I would not be upset about it.
Yeah, so. I'm here for it. We are all here for it. Now, you are a Hamilton native. You grew up in Hamilton. Your parents are here. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hello.
What was it like shooting in Toronto? Like being so close to home?
Oh, I mean, I love it. I haven't shot in Toronto proper in a while, but I also haven't shot Toronto for Toronto really much at all in my career, and it's so great to be able to shoot that city for what it is and to not be doubling it for New York or Chicago or something else. Like, we're really getting into the neighborhoods and into all the different little ecosystems of that city. And I mean, I moved to Toronto when I was, I think, 18 or 19, so it's definitely a place that is an extension of home. And it's nearby Hamilton, so it's nice to come and see my folks.
Come and see Mom and Dad.
Yeah. And come back to a city that I really love.
Well, if there was one moment on set while you were filming this that comes across as your favorite, what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
I know there's probably so many.
Oh, I mean, I think it would have to be something with the entire main little group of us, which doesn't happen all that often when the whole team is together. But there were, especially in the finale, some moments where we all get to interact, and I think just feeling that chemistry and feeling like the kind of charge and just the amount of talent and heart in that room is really inspiring for me. So yeah, it would be some kind of like teaming up to crime solve.
Well, it looks like it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations on the success that it has had so far. The beginning reviews look really, really good. I'm going to turn things over to Brian now, who's usually solving some sort of crime when it comes to the weather or traffic cameras.